Thank you for talking to us for our YouTube channel. Firstly of all, obviously Darlington is being a traditional rugby union club. How has the transition been going into rugby league this season?
I don't think Darlington's gone into a transition from rugby union to rugby league. I think it's a totally new setup for the club to be its sporting club that we want it to be, and rugby league is part of that. Darlington has a big tradition of rugby, and to get them playing in the summer and people playing in the summer that they want to, keeps people here. And I think the tradition of rugby will be carried on through Darlington, and rugby league is certainly a part of that.
Was it hard to find people coming to play leagues? Obviously most of them are rugby union players. Was it hard to go and find specific league players to come to this club, because some of them have already got teams, I suppose?
A lot of people do play union in the summer, and the league is a good setup, and they do want to come and play here at Darlington. I think there was an appetite to play rugby league in this in this area. A lot of lads from around Darlington, not just the Darlington club itself, but a lot of people in Darlington have been playing for other sides outside in the league system, and it seemed right that Darlington, as a local authority area as well, would have a rugby league side.
Now, I watched the pre-season game against RAF Leeming, and it seemed you were playing a very drilled side out there, and there were fair big bruises. So how much have you taken from that game and taken it to the beginning of this season?
Yeah, we've taken most of their players. No, they're a well-drilled rugby league side, and we are coming into rugby league. There's a lot of coaching gone into it, to coaching the basics, but they knew how to play rugby league, and we didn't do too badly. I don't think we were making them play out their sets of six. We were knocking them down. We weren't quite complete in our set of six, but we were certainly getting there. I think it was a good learning curve, if not a bit too early for a club of that standing. But we're coming along. I think if we played them now, it will be an interesting game. So
that learning curve has actually paid dividends, because you've actually won 2 on the trot.
Absolutely, yeah. We've had 2 really good results, and of course, having good results encourages for more players to come along and join the side, so the side's getting stronger and stronger. 2 really good results. I think we might have sent some shockwaves around the league, but we're just here to come along and start developing as a club and be as good as we can be.
Now, with Peterlee coming up, very, very tough team. Their first team is a national conference, and this team you're playing is expected to be their feeder team. So how do you prepare for such a physical test as Peterlee?
Peterlee have been in the league for quite some time. They've got a very good established rugby league club. If we could mirror that they've got that set up there, I think we'd be doing very well. Their rugby league side is a good rugby league side, and they play rugby league. I think it'll be a good comparison to see how far we are along today, and learn some things. Chat to the Peterlee, see how they do things, and we can always learn from everyone. So it's going to be an interesting game. I'm looking forward to it, and I imagine Peterlee are doing the same.
So I imagine as you're going around these clubs, you're taking tips off these different rugby league clubs, and you're putting it into your style of play, or
yeah, they've been playing in this league for quite a number of years. I've been around the league for quite a number of years as well, and I know these established teams that are in there, and there's a lot of established good coaches, and you've got to learn from everyone. If you stop learning, you die, don't you?
Yeah. Now with Jermaine Williamson, now he's been a bit of a revelation at the club. Now not only on the union side, but also on the league side. Top try scorer with 3. How important is it when he's in the team, and does he make a difference when he starts?
I think every player that comes to play for the team makes a difference. They all come in, they've all got enthusiasm, they all make a difference. Jermaine is a very raw talent. He's only come into rugby union properly this year. He's very quick. I think there's a lot of talent there. I think it needs to be encouraged. And yes, one of our sides would have Tremaine in it. But he's also, again, got a lot of learning to do. But I can see Tremaine going a long way. He's a very talented lad.
Yeah. And obviously it's still early in the season, but finally, with this being the first rugby league season in the history of Darlington, not just this club, but in Darlington in general, and you've won your first 2, may it continue. But what are your realistic long-term goals for the rest of this season?
To play all our league games, that's what we want to do, and give a good showing of ourselves. We want to do the best that we can, and then to build on the structure of the club. I think we've got about 46 players want to play rugby league in a 13-a-side game, which is quite good. We want to encourage that, keep them players here, maybe have a second team that plays in the merit, and then we're also looking at develop the kids side of it as well. Union kids play. People want to play through the summer. Establish a real league club. You don't want to step on any toes. You want to set it up, but be a club where kids can come along and enjoy playing the great game that is rugby.
Connie, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.